Yeah, oh yeah. You guys thought the beginning of my sermon was all. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Before I say that though, oftentimes I spend a lot of time in the Northwest. My wife, Alicia over here, our firstborn child. So we have a Jonah, Josiah, and a Judah. Jonah was born in Portland, Oregon. So I've spent a lot of time up this. I've forgotten how many times I've been to Alaska. This is my second cruise to Alaska, but I've spent years in and out. I've been all the way up in the Arctic Circle and all over Alaska. It's just a beautiful place to be. But oftentimes people sing that song, Mighty to Save. At the end, they don't resolve it because the grave is continually conquered. Yeah. Conquered, yeah. Say now without the resolution. If you understand music, they don't die. They just leave it because it's continual. So that's one thing.
Okay.
Our second thing is, I went to graduate school. If you even care, it was Harding School of Theology when I went there. It used to be Hudson Harding University Graduate School of Religion. Is what it used to be, and now it's on the Searcy campus. It's moving back to Searcy. But anyway, when I was there, a mentor of mine, Dr. Everett Hufford. Anybody heard of that name before? Yeah, I have lots of awesome stories with Dr. Hufford. Anyway, one of them, I was taking his spiritual formation class, which is one of the most amazing classes I have ever taken in seminary. And he said, I need you to find 2 people and track their spiritual formation. One person you know and one biblical character. So my biblical character that I tracked was Paul, the Apostle Paul. All right. So I went through the study and read a bunch of things and tracked his spiritual formation. The other person was Keith Lancaster. And so this happened, how long has it been since I graduated? Almost 10 years, huh? 8 years. No. About 5 years? Okay. So I can't. Anyway. Keith let me interview him several times. Talked about his childhood and his brothers and their musical just influences. How many of you guys have heard him play bluegrass? Anybody ever heard Keith? Okay, if you ever get a chance to watch him play guitar and watch him play bluegrass, your mouth will drop.
He's good.
He is an incredible guitar player. And one time we were in Nashville shooting pictures for hymns for all the ages.
Yeah.
And another thing, Keith, side story, another thing, back then Keith was very fond of Krispy Kreme donuts. So our wives were in a van. We don't eat them as much, but back then, whenever the sign was orange, no matter what lane of traffic he was in, you get the story. So they had to go to Krispy Kreme. But anyway, absolutely. So I got a chance to hang out with Keith, and we talked about just the things that formed him spiritually. And so it was evident how Scripture formed Keith and his songwriting. So if you know anything, I would say most of this stuff is almost word for word if you go back and listen to the songs. Otherwise, you can easily see in Scripture where Keith found his songs. Anybody in here have a song off of an Acappella album? Right? And before I ask this question, you guys do realize that the Acappella company has like 800 million albums. You guys realize
Yes.
I have Acappella Parables, Acappella Tennis Shoes, Acappella Nike.
Yes. Acappella
Back in the day. Okay,
ladies,
so an Acappella song from an Acappella album. That's a favorite. Hush.
He gave her water.
What'd you say?
Conquerors.
Okay, conquerors. Is that in the? We've been made more than conquerors. Is that somewhere in the Bible? Does anybody know where?
Romans 8.
Huh? Okay, let's see how many people are going to heaven. Okay? We've been made more than conquerors, overcomers in this Most of you guys are going to heaven, okay? By the way, this is a come and go, and what happens when Christians get together is they forget the go part. just saying. You mentioned a song. Yes. Is that really what you want me to do? Yeah. You want me to hush? I said yeah. Okay. There's the possibility that you'll hear that song later on in this sermon. Okay, somebody else.
John the Revelator.
Oh my goodness. Is that in the Bible somewhere? Maybe toward the end? I don't know.
Sing Acappella. Sing
Up
Acappella.
on the Isle of Patmos, a man was cast one day. When he was left alone to die, he began to pray. The Holy Ghost fell on him, and the Spirit came down, and he began to write about things basis.
Talk about John. Jerusalem coming down. Said it was John. When he looked around,
Pink like fire,
yeah.
Eyes like fire, burning ones that come on high. John was okay.
And branch out.
Okay.
Some of us be outside, some of us be in here.
Okay, all right.
Transition.
So just as many people as are in here, there's that many people outside. So we're gonna kind of move around and get a chance to talk with everybody.